Why is the night sky so peaceful? Have you ever truly asked yourself that question? It feels incredibly still, doesn't it? If you look out your window right now, the stars look like fixed points of light pinned onto a motionless velvet curtain. The moon hangs there like a silent lantern. The darkness feels solid, unshakable, and safe. But science tells us a different story. Science tells us that the universe is not actually quiet. It is not empty. In reality, space is a chaotic, crowded ocean. Right now, while you lie safely in your bed, there are billions upon billions of rocks, meteoroids, asteroids, and comets tumbling wildly through the darkness. They are moving at speeds that would make a bullet look like a snail. And theoretically, it only takes one stone, just one rock of sufficient size deciding to pay Earth a visit, to change everything. Yet, miraculously, that terrifying silence has remained unbroken. For millions of years, the catastrophe hasn't happened. Tonight, you are still here. Your roof is still above you. The air is still calm. The only sound is the gentle rhythm of your own breathing. Is that just luck? Is it a cosmic lottery we keep winning every single night? Or is there something else? Is there a miracle at work? The answer is not luck, and the miracle isn't magic. The miracle is a physical presence. It is a giant, a gatekeeper of unimaginable proportions who has been standing guard in the outer solar system since the birth of the sun. He is out there right now, silently taking the hits, using his massive body to shield us from the chaos. Tonight, we are going to stop wondering. We are going to fly up and meet him. We are going to pay a visit to the king, the departure. But before we ignite the engines of our imagination to find this guardian, we must first leave the gravity of your day behind. You cannot fly if you are holding on to heavy things. Make sure you are comfortable. Adjust your pillow so it cradles your neck perfectly. Pull the blanket up to your chin, or push it down to your waist if the room is warm, and find that sweet spot where your body feels like it is beginning to melt into the mattress. Close your eyes. Do not try to force sleep. Sleep is a shy creature. If you chase it, it runs away. Instead, just focus on the concept of lightness. Imagine that the ceiling of your room is slowly dissolving. It is turning into a mist, drifting away into the night air. The walls are becoming transparent. The sounds of your house, the refrigerator humming, the floorboards creaking, are fading into a distant echo. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with the cool, quiet air of the night. Hold it for a moment. And exhale, blowing away the dust of the day. With that breath, you have left the ground. You are rising, gently, effortlessly. There is no engine, no rocket, no noise. You are simply lifting off like a soap bubble caught in a gentle updraft. You float up past your roof, past the treetops, past the sleeping birds. You rise through the clouds, which feel like cold, wet mist against your skin, and then you break through into the clear, open sky. Below you, the earth is a tapestry of lights, but as you rise higher, those lights blur and fade. The blue curve of the atmosphere appears, a thin, glowing halo protecting the world below. And then, you cross the threshold. You are in the void. We are drifting through the absolute vacuum now. The darkness here is not the flat, black darkness of a painted room. It is crystal black. It is deep, three-dimensional, and endless. It is a darkness that feels clean. And the silence? The silence here is a physical sensation. It wraps around your ears like a thick, soft earmuff. There is no wind to rustle leaves, no tires on asphalt, no voices. If you were to shout your worries out here, they would simply dissolve. They cannot exist here. The vacuum swallows them instantly. We are moving fast, faster than light, but it feels like we are standing still. That is the beauty of space. There are no landmarks to rush past, so there is no sensation of speed, just a smooth, endless drift. The crossing. We are heading outward, past the orbit of Mars, that rusty red world. We approach the asteroid belt, a region that movies have lied to you about. It is not a chaotic storm of rocks crashing into each other. It is a vast, lonely graveyard of stone where the rocks are separated by millions of miles of emptiness. We drift past a single asteroid. It is tumbling slowly in the dark. It is gray, pockmarked, and silent. It has been tumbling like that for 4 billion years. It is in no rush. It is perfectly content to just exist. And then, past the belt, the darkness changes. We see him, right ahead of us. We do not need to search for him. You cannot miss him. He is too big to hide. It is Jupiter. Let's slow down our approach. Let's bring our imaginary vessel to a complete stop, hovering a few thousand miles away from his face. Take a moment to truly process what you are looking at. The first thing that hits you is the sheer, overwhelming scale. It is difficult for the human mind to grasp numbers, so let's use a picture. Think of your home. Think of your city. Think of the entire planet Earth, all the oceans, all the continents, the North Pole, the South Pole, everyone you love, everyone you have ever met. All of that fits into a tiny blue marble. Jupiter is a glass jar that can hold 1,300 of those marbles. It fills your entire field of vision. If you look up, you see Jupiter. If you look down, you see Jupiter. If you look left or right, the curve of the planet stretches out so far that it seems flat. The stars are gone. The black of space is gone. There is only the planet, and it is beautiful. It is not a gray, rocky world like the moon. It is a masterpiece of fluid dynamics. It is a world made entirely of clouds. And the giant is not standing still. He is dancing. Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet in the solar system. A day here lasts less than 10 hours. The planet is spinning so fast that it bulges at the equator, looking like a slightly squashed ball, relaxed and comfortable in its own skin. From our vantage point, however, this speed doesn't look chaotic. It looks majestic. It looks like a slow, rhythmic turning of a pottery wheel. The canvas of clouds. Let your eyes trace the surface. It is striped. Beautiful parallel bands of clouds wrap around the planet, perfect and unbroken. The lighter bands are called zones. These are regions where gas is rising from the deep, hot interior. As it rises, it cools and turns into crystals of white ammonia ice. The darker bands are called belts. Here, the gas is sinking back down, warming up, revealing the chemicals below: sulfur, phosphorus, hydrocarbons. Watch them move. The white zones are flowing from west to east. The brown belts are flowing from east to west. They slide past each other, smoothly, silently. It looks like someone has poured thick, heavy oil paints onto a spinning canvas: burnt orange, cream, rust, ochre, terracotta, pale yellow, coffee brown. There are no sharp edges here, no jagged mountains to hurt you, no hard ground to crash into. Everything is soft. Everything is fluid. Imagine reaching out your hand through the window of our capsule. Imagine running your fingers through those clouds. They wouldn't feel like thin mist. They would feel thick, heavy, like dragging your hand through velvet, or plunging your fingers into dense, cool, whipped cream. The colors are soothing. They are the colors of a cozy living room, of an old library filled with leather-bound books, of a warm latte on a rainy day. They are colors that signal to your brain, it is time to rest. The reason for the peace. Now, as we float here, hypnotized by the slow rotation of these massive stripes, let's return to that question we asked at the start. Why is this giant our guardian? Why do we owe our peaceful night to him? It comes down to gravity. Because Jupiter is so massive, 2.5 times heavier than all the other planets combined, his gravity is a superpower. It reaches out across millions of miles of space. It is like an invisible net. For billions of years, comets and asteroids from the dark outer reaches of the solar system have tried to fly inward toward the warmth of the sun, toward our little blue Earth. But to get to us, they have to get past him, and most of them don't make it. Jupiter catches them. His gravity grabs them like a giant hand. He swings them around. He either flings them out of the solar system entirely, banishing them into the deep dark, or he pulls them into himself. He swallows them. He takes the hits so we don't have to. The peace of your bedroom tonight was bought by the gravity of this giant. I want you to feel that protection right now. Imagine that gravity, not as a crushing force, but as a strong, protective embrace. You are small. The universe is big, but you have a protector. You don't have to watch the sky. You don't have to worry about the chaos. The king is awake, so you can sleep. Feel the tension in your chest loosen as you realize you are covered. You are shielded. The drift. We are going to drift a little closer now. We are going to lower our orbit until we are skimming just above the cloud tops. The view is changing. We are no longer seeing the whole planet. We are seeing a landscape of clouds that stretches to the horizon. The light here is dim. The sun is 5 times further away than it is on Earth. It is not a blinding ball of fire. It is just a bright, sharp coin in the black sky. The light it casts on the clouds is pale and golden. It is a permanent twilight. It is never fully day here. It is never fully night. It is always that soft, ambiguous hour when the world quiets down. The shadows are long and soft. The contrast is low. Listen to the sound of the atmosphere. Whoosh. It is a low, steady, white noise. It is the sound of the wind, but it is constant. It doesn't gust. It doesn't howl. It just flows. It is a drone, a hum, a vibration that resonates in your bones. Match your breathing to that flow. Inhale, watching the white clouds stretch out. Exhale, watching them merge into the brown. Inhale, feeling the lightness of the hydrogen gas. Exhale, feeling the heaviness of the gravity. You are floating right above the equator now. The turbulence here is minimal. The lines are straight. It is the most orderly part of the planet. Nature loves order. Even on a planet made of gas, chaos organizes itself into lines. Your mind can do the same. Your thoughts, which might have been swirling around like a storm when you first lay down, can now organize themselves. Let them stretch out. Let them become parallel lines. One thought flowing this way, another thought flowing that way, sliding past each other without collision. Smooth, organized, quiet. As we drift here, suspended between the stars and the clouds, I want to gently remind you that our journey is only just beginning. We have only looked at the face of the King. Beneath these clouds, there are wonders, storms that have raged for centuries, rain made of diamonds, and oceans of liquid metal. If you are already feeling the pull of sleep, if your eyelids feel as heavy as the gravity of this world, then you can let go right now. You don't need to finish the tour. You can simply let the image of these soft orange stripes be the last thing you see before you drift off. But if you are still with me, If you want to descend into the mist, then stay in this state of relaxation. Perhaps, if this story is helping you find your orbit tonight, you might consider subscribing to the channel tomorrow when the sun comes up. And maybe leave a quiet comment telling me where your capsule was launched from. Was it a rainy night in London or a warm evening in California? But for now, hush. Don't move. Don't click. Just drift. We are approaching a disturbance in the clouds. Ahead of us, the straight lines are bending. The paint is swirling. Something massive is rising over the horizon. A storm, larger than a world. A red eye that never blinks. We are going to go there, but we will do it slowly. For now, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the safety of the shadow. Enjoy the peace of the guardian. You are safe. You are small. You are held. You are still floating here, suspended in the velvet embrace of the void. There is no need to move. There is no need to adjust your position. The gravity of Earth feels like a distant memory, a heavy coat you have taken off and left at the door. Here, you are weightless. You are simply a point of awareness, drifting above the most magnificent canvas in the solar system. Let your gaze settle once more on the world below you. In the first part of our journey, we saw Jupiter as a whole, a striped marble hanging in the dark. But now, we are going to sink lower. We are going to drift down, slowly, gently, like a leaf falling on a windless autumn day, until the curve of the planet flattens out and fills your entire field of vision. The black of space disappears. The stars are gone. There is only the clouds. To understand the beauty of what lies before you, you must first understand the texture. When we look at clouds on Earth, they often look insubstantial, wispy, transparent, fleeting things that break apart in a stiff breeze. But the clouds of Jupiter are different. They look heavy. They look substantial. Imagine the richest, thickest cream you have ever seen. Imagine heavy oil paints squeezed from a tube, ochre, burnt sienna, titanium white, and raw umber. Now imagine those paints have been poured onto a canvas that is as wide as the world, and they are being stirred by a brush that moves with the slow, deliberate confidence of eternity. That is what lies below you. The atmosphere here is not merely air, it is a deep, layered ocean of gases. The top layer, the one shimmering in the pale sunlight, is made of ammonia ice crystals. It is unimaginably cold here, around -145 degrees Celsius. That coldness creates a crispness to the image, a high-definition clarity that makes every swirl and eddy stand out in sharp relief. Let's focus your eyes on the white bands first. Astronomers call these zones. These are regions where the gas is rising. It is welling up from the deep, hot interior of the planet, pushing upward like dough rising in a warm oven. As it reaches the top, the ammonia freezes instantly into white crystals, creating these bright, brilliant ribbons that encircle the planet. Look closely at the white. It is not a flat, uniform white. It has texture. It looks like frothy milk foam on top of a latte. It looks like piled snow. It looks soft. If you could lie down on it, you feel as though you would sink into a mattress of feathers, wrapped in a blanket of frost. Now let your eyes drift to the darker bands. These are the belts. Here, the gas is sinking. It is cooling and falling back down into the depths. As it sinks, the white ammonia clouds melt away, revealing the chemicals beneath. The colors you see here, the rusty reds, the tawny browns, the deep oranges, are thought to be caused by sulfur and phosphorus, cooked by the sun and the internal heat of the planet. It is a chemistry set painted on a galactic scale. And everything is moving. This is the mesmerizing part. This is the rhythm that will guide you deeper into sleep. Jupiter spins incredibly fast, completing a full rotation in just under 10 hours. This rapid spin pulls the atmosphere into these distinct parallel lines. But the winds within these lines are traveling in opposite directions. The white zones blow from west to east. The dark belts blow from east to west. Imagine two massive rivers flowing side by side, but in opposite directions. Visualize the boundary where they meet. Focus your mind on that boundary line. You can see the turbulence there. As the white river rubs against the brown river, it creates eddies. It creates swirls. It creates patterns that look like paisley or like marbling on paper. Follow one of those swirls with your mind's eye. It curls inward, spiraling tighter and tighter, a perfect geometric shell made of gas. It is slow. It is graceful. It is a silent dance of fluid dynamics that has been performing for billions of years. The wind speeds here are ferocious, 300 miles per hour, but from your safe, high vantage point, there is no violence. There is only flow. It is like watching a silent movie. You see the motion, but you hear only the quiet rhythm of your own breathing. Inhale, and watch the white clouds rise. Exhale, and watch the brown clouds sink. Inhale, feel the coolness of the ammonia mist. Exhale, feel the warmth of the deep sulfur. Let's drift sideways now. We are gliding along the equator, carried by the invisible current of gravity. Below us, you might spot a feature that astronomers call the string of pearls. Can you see them? They are a line of 8 massive, brilliant white storms arranged in a perfect row, spaced out evenly like pearls on a necklace. Each pearl is a storm larger than the entire continent of Asia. They are rotating counterclockwise, dazzlingly bright against the darker background. They look like windows into the deeper, cleaner layers of the planet. They are serene. They are organized. In the chaos of the universe, there is a profound comfort in seeing such order. Nature, even on this scale, loves a pattern. It loves symmetry. As we drift past the string of pearls, you might notice something else about the shape of the world below you. Because Jupiter spins so fast, it is not a perfect sphere. It is squashed. It bulges at the equator. It is an oblate spheroid. This shape makes the planet look settled, relaxed. It isn't holding itself rigid and tight. It has let itself go, expanding, stretching out, comfortable in its own skin. You can do the same. You don't need to hold yourself rigid. You don't need to be a perfect sphere. You can let your shoulders drop. You can let your muscles expand. You can let gravity squash you just a little bit into the softness of your bed. Let the heaviness of the planet mirror the heaviness of your limbs. Your legs are heavy, like the sinking brown clouds. Your arms are heavy, like the deep layers of atmosphere. Your eyelids are heavy, drifting down like the ammonia snow. As we continue our slow drift, let's think about what lies beneath these clouds. There is no ground here. If you were to drop a coin or a thought into this atmosphere, it would never hit a floor with a clink. It would just fall and fall and fall. It would pass through the white clouds, then the brown clouds, then into a layer of water clouds, and then into the crushing dark. Some might find the idea of a bottomless pit scary, but tonight, view it as a form of freedom. There is no landing you need to stick. There is no destination you need to reach. There is no hard surface where you must stop and perform a task. It is just an endless, soft gradient. You are free to fall forever in your dreams, supported by the density of the air, held up by the pressure of the world. You are floating in a sea that has no shore. The colors below you are shifting again. We are moving away from the equator, heading slightly south. The neat parallel lines are starting to get a little more wavy. The boundaries are blurring. The paint is being mixed more vigorously here. You see shades of salmon pink appearing, streaks of slate gray, even tiny hints of blue peeking through from the deeper abyss where the atmosphere is clearer. It creates a tapestry of muted tones, a woven rug of gas that covers the entire world. While you are admiring this tapestry, I have a small request for you. If this journey through the clouds is helping your mind to slow down, if you feel the knots in your thoughts untangling like these streams of gas, perhaps consider joining us again for the next voyage. You don't need to do it now, but later, simply finding the subscribe button is a way to ensure you always have a ticket to the stars. And if you are drifting off right now, maybe whisper to yourself or leave a comment in the morning about which color of cloud you would choose to sleep on. The cream, the rust, or the deep, quiet blue. But for now, focus only on the movement. Watch a single wisp of cloud. It is a tiny tendril of white stretching out from a larger zone. It looks like a finger reaching out to touch the dark belt below it. It stretches and stretches, longer and thinner. It is caught in the wind shear. It is being pulled apart gently, like cotton candy. It becomes a thin line, then a series of dots. Then it dissolves completely, merging into the darker stream. Nothing is lost. It has simply changed form. It has become part of the flow, just like your thoughts. A worry might arise, a little wisp of white anxiety, but you don't need to fight it. You just watch it stretch out. You watch it get caught in the wind of your breath. You watch it become thin, thinner, until it dissolves into the background noise of the universe. It is gone. The lighting is changing now. We are drifting toward the terminator, the line between day and night on Jupiter. As the sun sets on this massive world, the clouds take on a new dimension. The shadows lengthen. The texture becomes even more pronounced. You can see that the white clouds are actually towering mountains of foam, casting long, dark shadows over the brown valleys below. The contrast softens. The bright whites fade to a soft gray. The browns deepen into charcoal and black. The planet is dimming the lights for you. We are approaching a region of intense interest. Ahead of us, the straight lines of the bands are being disrupted. The flow is bending. The rivers are being forced to detour around something massive. Something huge is sitting in the atmosphere, like a stone in a stream, forcing the water to flow around it. It is the Great Red Spot. We are not there yet. We are just seeing the wake it creates. We're seeing the turbulence trailing behind it. It looks like the wake of a ship, but the ship is larger than the Earth, and the ocean is made of hydrogen and helium. The air here feels thicker. The visual gravity of the spot is pulling our attention. But we will not rush. We will stay here in the twilight for a moment longer, hovering over the transition zone. To our left, the orderly, striped calm of the equator. To our right, the swirling, chaotic majesty of the great storm. You are balanced perfectly between them. Feel the equilibrium. Feel the balance. Feel the stillness in the center of the motion. The canvas is complete. The painting is dry. The world is turning, and you are drifting along with it, a silent passenger on the most beautiful carousel in the galaxy. We have arrived. Drifting silently through the twilight of the Jovian atmosphere, we have reached the main event. We have reached the disturbance that forced the great rivers of clouds to bend and break. Directly below us now lies the Great Red Spot. From a distance, in photographs or through small telescopes, it looks like a flat red oval pasted onto the planet's surface. But from here, floating directly above it, you can see that it is a living, breathing entity. It is not flat at all. It is a towering mountain of gas, rising 5 miles higher than the surrounding white clouds. It is a plateau of wind. It is the single most famous storm in the history of the universe, and you are staring right into its center. Let's take a moment to simply appreciate the color. It stands out so vividly against the pale creams and browns we saw earlier. The spot is not just one shade of red. It is a swirling palette of crimson, brick red, terracotta, and pale salmon pink. Scientists believe these colors come from chemicals deep inside the planet, ammonia and acetylene, being dredged up by the storm and cooked by the ultraviolet light of the distant sun. In a way, what you are seeing is a cosmic sunburn, a blush on the face of the giant. But it is the size that truly quiets the mind. I want you to pause and visualize your home. Not just your house, but your town, your city. Now, visualize your country. Now, visualize the entire Earth. The blue oceans, the green continents, the white ice caps. All of it. If you were to take the Earth and gently place it inside the great red spot, it would fit with room to spare. The Earth would be swallowed whole, like a blueberry dropped into a large bowl of tomato soup. The storm would spin around us, vast and endless. That is the scale we are dealing with. We are looking at a hurricane that is larger than a world. But do not feel small. Feel protected. Think of this storm not as a danger, but as a sentinel, a guardian. It is a giant, unblinking eye that has been watching the solar system for centuries. How long has it been spinning? Imagine the year 1665 on Earth. In London, people are riding in horse-drawn carriages. The Great Plague is sweeping through the city. Isaac Newton is just a young man, sitting under an apple tree, thinking about gravity. In that same year, an astronomer named Giandomenico Cassini pointed a primitive glass telescope at the sky and saw a spot on Jupiter. This storm was raging then. It was raging while empires on Earth rose and fell. It was raging while steam engines were invented, while electricity lit up our nights, while cars replaced horses, and while humans took their first wobbly steps onto the moon. Through all of our noise, our wars, our victories, and our struggles, this great red spot has just been here, spinning, turning, existing in the silence of space. There is something profoundly comforting about that kind of endurance. It reminds us that nature is patient. Nature is persistent. It does not rush. It simply keeps going. Let's look at the movement now. Unlike hurricanes on Earth, which spin around a low-pressure center, the Great Red Spot is an anticyclone. It is a high-pressure system. It pushes outward. It stands firm. It rotates counterclockwise. Can you see the motion? Trace the outer edge with your mind. The winds here are traveling at nearly 400 miles per hour. That is faster than the fastest race car, faster than a bullet train. But because the storm is so massive, the movement looks deceptively slow. It takes 6 Earth days for the storm to make just one full rotation. 6 days. So when you look down, you don't see a blur of speed. You see a majestic, stately waltz. You see the red clouds folding over each other like thick batter being stirred in a bowl. Round and round, slow and steady. Imagine you are looking at a cup of coffee after you've just poured in the creamer. You know that moment before the liquids mix completely? When you have swirls of white and brown dancing together in spiral patterns? That is exactly what the edges of the spot look like. You can see smaller storms, little white ovals, drifting towards the Great Red Spot. They are drawn in by its gravity. They approach the edge and then, slurp, they are consumed. They merge into the red. They add their energy to the giant. Nothing is wasted. Everything is integrated. Now, I want you to be brave. We are going to move from the edge, through the high-speed winds, and drift toward the very center of the spot. As we cross the boundary of the red clouds, the roar of the wind, if we could hear it, would be deafening. But we are in our silent capsule. We pass through the turbulence effortlessly, and then we reach the middle, the eye. Here, the red color fades to a paler, calmer orange, and something miraculous happens. The winds die down. The center of the great red spot is relatively calm. It is the eye of the storm. While the edges are screaming at 400 miles per hour, the center is just drifting, lazy and slow. It is a sanctuary surrounded by chaos. There is a lesson here for you tonight. Your life might feel like the edge of the storm sometimes. There might be deadlines spinning around you, responsibilities blowing at high speed, the noise of the world churning like those crimson clouds. But you are not the storm. You are the eye. Deep inside you, right now, in this bed, there is a place that is perfectly still, a place that the noise cannot touch. Breathe into that place. Inhale, drawing your awareness to the center of your chest. Exhale, letting the winds of the world spin outside while you stay safe inside. You are safe here in the center. The storm protects you. The high pressure keeps the world at bay. Look closely at the texture of the clouds in the center. They are different here. They are higher, colder. The ammonia haze creates a soft, foggy veil over the red. It looks like velvet. It looks like the heavy curtains of an old theater pulled shut to block out the light. The rotation here is barely engaging. It is just a gentle nudge, a rocking motion. Rock, left, rock, right. It feels like being in a boat on a vast red ocean. The waves are long and slow. The swell lifts you up and lowers you down, lifts you up and lowers you down. You are riding the breath of the planet. As you float here, bathed in this dim, ruddy light, you might feel a heavy drowsiness settling into your bones. The sheer monotony of the redness is hypnotic. There is nothing sharp to look at, no hard edges, just curves, just spirals, just soft, endless gradients of color. If you are feeling that pull towards sleep, let it take you. There is no need to fight the gravity of the giant. And if you are enjoying this safe haven inside the storm, consider this your personal panic room for the future. Whenever the world gets too loud, close your eyes and imagine you are back here, floating in the center of the great red spot, watching the chaos spin harmlessly around you. We are going to drift out now. Slowly, we rise. Up from the pale center, up past the racing crimson walls, up until the storm becomes a shape again, rather than a world. As we ascend, we see the wake of the storm. To the west of the spot, the atmosphere is a turbulent mess of turbulence. The storm disturbs the airflow for thousands of miles, creating a trail of chaotic white clouds that look like frothy waves crashing against a rock. It is beautiful chaos. We drift higher, back into the black. The great red spot begins to recede. It shrinks from a world to a continent, to an island, to a coin, to a red eye staring back at us. The darkness of space wraps around us again like a cool blanket. The contrast is relief for the eyes. The bright red is gone, replaced by the soothing, infinite black. We turn our gaze away from the planet now. We look outward, away from the gravity, away from the clouds. Out there, in the darkness, there are jewels. Jupiter is not alone. It is the center of its own mini solar system. It has a family of moons, 95 of them at last count, circling it like moths around a street lamp. Some are icy, some are fiery, some are ocean worlds waiting to be explored. They are dancing in the dark, caught in an eternal tug-of-war with the giant we just left. We are going to visit them. We are going to leave the atmosphere behind and fly into the silent, cold ballet of the Galilean moons. But for now, take one last look at the red spot. See it as a heavy eyelid, slowly closing. It is closing for the night, and so are your eyes. The storm is sleeping. The giant is resting. You are floating in the quiet space between worlds. We have left the heavy, swirling atmosphere of the king behind. We have risen up through the layers of ammonia mist, up past the thinnest wisps of the stratosphere, until the great, striped curve of Jupiter fills the bottom of our vision like a floor made of painted glass. We are back in the black. But this darkness is different. It is not empty. We have entered a crowded room. Jupiter is so massive that it acts like a magnet, a shepherd gathering a flock of smaller worlds around it. It has captured asteroids, comets, and rocks, but the true jewels of this collection are the 4 Galilean moons: Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. They are named after the lovers of the mythological god Jupiter, and tonight they are performing a ballet just for you. It is a dance of physics, a silent waltz of gravity that keeps perfect time, a cosmic clock that has been ticking for 4.5 billion years. Let's turn our capsule toward the first dancer. Ahead of us, emerging from the shadow of the giant planet, is a world that defies all logic. It doesn't look like a moon. It doesn't look like the gray, cratered face of our own moon that you see from your bedroom window. It looks like a piece of abstract art. This is Io. As we drift closer, the colors become shocking, yet strangely beautiful. There is no blue here, no green, no white. Instead, the sphere is painted in vivid shades of sulfur yellow, bruised lavender, rusty orange, black, and distinct patches of snow-white sulfur dioxide frost. It looks like a fruit that has ripened to the point of bursting. It looks organic. Io is the most volcanically active body in the entire solar system. It is a world of fire. But from our safe distance, floating in the vacuum, there is no roar of the eruption. There is no trembling of the ground. There is only a silent, spectacular display of light and motion. Look closely at the horizon of the moon. Can you see that tiny umbrella-shaped smudge rising against the black of space? That is a volcano. Perhaps it is Pele or Loki Patera. It is ejecting a plume of gas and dust 200 miles into the sky. Imagine that, a fountain of fire, taller than the distance between New York and Washington, D.C., rising silently, effortlessly, into the void. Because the gravity on Io is low, and there is almost no atmosphere to slow it down, the plume spreads out into a perfect, graceful canopy. It looks like a blue glass jellyfish floating in a dark ocean. The particles rise, catch the pale sunlight, cool down instantly in the vacuum, and turn into colorful snow. Then, they drift back down in slow motion to coat the surface in fresh layers of yellow and red. It is a cycle of destruction and creation, happening in absolute silence. But why is this small moon so angry? Why is it so hot? The answer lies in the dance. Io is caught in a gravitational trap. On one side, it has the massive bulk of Jupiter pulling it inward. On the other side, it has the gravity of its sister moons, Europa and Ganymede, pulling it outward. Pull and release. Pull and release. Every time Io orbits, it is physically stretched and squeezed. The solid rock of the moon bulges up and down by as much as 300 feet. Imagine you are holding a piece of stiff wire. If you bend it back and forth rapidly, what happens? The wire gets hot. It heats up from the friction inside the metal. That is what is happening to Io. It is being kneaded. It is being massaged by gravity. I want you to imagine that feeling of kneading in your own body right now. Not the violent stretching of the rock, but the warmth that comes from a deep tissue massage. Imagine the gravity of the earth gently pulling at your shoulders. Squeeze and release. Imagine the tension in your neck being worked out by invisible hands. Squeeze and release. The heat in your muscles is softening them, melting the stiffness away, just as the rocks of Io are melted into magma. You are becoming soft. You are becoming pliable. You are letting go of your rigid shape and melting into the mattress. We leave the fire behind now. We turn our thrusters gently and drift away from the yellow moon, moving outward toward the second dancer. The transition is stark. We are moving from the fire to the ice. Ahead of us hangs a perfect, gleaming white sphere. It shines like a polished billiard ball in the darkness. It reflects the sunlight so intensely that it almost glows. This is Europa. If Io is a world of torment, Europa is a world of stillness. It is the smoothest object in the solar system. There are no mountains here, no deep valleys, no craters to speak of, just an endless, shining shell of water ice. It looks like a frozen eye staring into eternity. As we glide over the surface, we get a closer look at the texture. It is not perfectly white. It is crisscrossed by a spider web of reddish-brown lines. Astronomers call them lineae. They look like the cracks on a glazed porcelain vase or the tracks of a skater on a frozen pond, magnified 1,000,000 times. These lines tell a secret story. They are places where the ice shell has cracked, pulled apart by that same gravitational tug-of-war, and fresh water from below has welled up, frozen, and healed the wound. Because beneath this hard, cold shell, there is an ocean. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize this. You are floating over a crust of ice that is 10 miles thick, harder than granite, cold as space. But underneath that ceiling, there is a global ocean of liquid salt water that is 60 miles deep. There is more water on this little moon than on the entire planet Earth combined. It is a dark, silent, eternal sea. Imagine sinking down through the ice, down, down through the cracks, past the groaning of the shifting plates, until you break through into the water. It is pitch black here. There is no sunlight, but there is heat. The same friction that melts the rocks on Io is warming the core of Europa, keeping this ocean liquid. It is a womb of the solar system. Float in that imaginary dark water. It is heavy with salt. It supports you completely. There are no currents here to sweep you away. Just a gentle, thermal rocking. Rock and drift. It is the quietest place in the universe. No wind, no storms, just the immense weight of the ice above, protecting you from the radiation, protecting you from the vacuum, protecting you from the noise. You are insulated. You are deep. You are hidden. Sometimes when we try to sleep, we feel exposed. We feel like our minds are racing on the surface, buffeted by the winds of worry. But tonight, be like Europa. Let your surface be cool and still, and let your consciousness sink deep below the crust into the warm, dark, silent waters where nothing can disturb you. There may be life swimming in those dark waters, blind, bioluminescent things that have never seen the sun. Or there may be nothing but silence. It doesn't matter. What matters is the peace of the depth. We rise back up through the ice now, breaking the surface, returning to the vacuum. We pull back to see the two moons together, Io and Europa, fire and ice, yellow and white. And we see the rhythm. This is the most soothing fact of all. The orbits of these moons are locked in a perfect mathematical resonance. For every 4 times that Io orbits Jupiter, Europa orbits exactly 2 times, and the next moon out, Ganymede, orbits exactly 1 time. It is a 4-2-1 rhythm, a cosmic chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Io completes a circle. 1, 2. Europa completes a circle. 1. Ganymede completes a circle. It is precise. It never misses a beat. It has been playing this rhythm for billions of years. It is a metronome that steadies the heart of the solar system. Listen to that rhythm in your mind. Tick, 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 tick. You can sync your breathing to it. Breathe in for the count of 4, matching the speed of Io. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for the count of 2, the grace of Europa. 1, 2. Exhale for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The predictability is your pillow. You don't have to guess what will happen next. The moons will simply continue to dance. They will be dancing when you wake up. They will be dancing next week. They will be dancing 1,000,000 years from now. You can let go of the need to control time. The universe is keeping time for you. As we watch them spin, tiny marbles against the massive backdrop of Jupiter, we notice something else. The giant planet itself is casting a shadow. Jupiter casts a shadow that stretches out for millions of miles into space, a long black cone of nothingness. Every time Io or Europa passes behind the planet, they enter this eclipse. They vanish. One moment, they are bright jewels reflecting the sun. The next moment, they are swallowed by the dark. They disappear into the shadow, reset, rest, and then emerge on the other side, reborn in the light. It is a slow blink. We are drifting further out now. The details of the cracks on Europa are fading into a smooth white blur. The volcanoes of Io are just tiny pinpricks of orange. The mini-solar system is receding. We have seen the surface of the clouds. We have seen the storms. We have seen the moons. But there is one place left to go, a place that is stranger than the fire of Io or the ice of Europa. We are going to turn our ship back toward the giant. We are going to do something that is impossible for any physical ship, but easy for our minds. We are going to dive. We are going beneath the clouds. We are going to descend into the deep atmosphere, past the storms, past the winds, to the place where the pressure turns the air into diamonds. But before we take that plunge, take a moment to thank the moons. Thank Io for its warmth. Thank Europa for its cool depth. Thank them for their rhythm. If you are finding yourself drifting away, lost in the 4-2-1 beat of the orbits, feel free to let the story fade here. The dance will continue without you watching. You can close the curtains of your eyes and let the gravity of sleep take over. But if you are still with me, if you want to see what lies beneath the veil, then prepare yourself. We are going down. We are leaving the vacuum of space and re-entering the envelope of the king. The stars are blinking out one by one as the mist rises to meet us. The silence of space is replaced by the murmur of the atmosphere. We are sinking. We are hovering at the threshold. Above us lies the vast, starry silence of the vacuum we have just explored, the realm of the dancing moons, the fiery volcanoes of Io, and the icy shell of Europa. But below us lies the cloud deck. It stretches out like an endless floor of white marble, rippling gently in the twilight. It looks solid, doesn't it? It looks like you could land a ship on it, or step out and walk across it like a deity strolling through the heavens. But we know better. We know that this is a world without a surface. It is a world of layers, a world of depth, a world where the concept of ground simply does not exist. We are going to descend. We are going to sink into the giant. I want you to prepare your body for this descent. In your bed, feel the mattress beneath you. Feel how it pushes up to support your spine, your hips, your shoulders. Now, imagine that support is becoming fluid. Imagine the bed is softening, dissolving, turning into a warm, supportive cloud. You are not lying on it anymore. You are sinking into it. You are safe. You are enclosed. You are weightless. We tip the nose of our imaginary capsule downward. The black sky above begins to fade. The stars, those distant, twinkling friends, are swallowed by the mist. We are entering the upper atmosphere. The first layer, the ammonia chill. The first sensation is white. We are passing through the highest clouds, the ones we saw from space. These are made of ammonia ice crystals. It is a blizzard here, but not a violent one. It is a silent, suspended snowfall. The crystals are tiny, perfect hexagons, floating in the thin, cold air. The light here is diffuse. The sharp shadows of space are gone. Everything is bathed in a soft, milky glow. It is like waking up inside a pearl. It is cold here, bitterly cold, but inside our bubble of imagination, we are warm. We watch the frost form patterns on the window glass, feathery fractals that grow and spread like white ferns. As we sink lower, the white begins to darken. We are passing through the cloud floor. The light from the sun is getting weaker. It struggles to penetrate the thick layers of mist. The bright white fades to a pale gray, then a soft, muted beige. We are entering the second deck. The second layer, the ochre fog. Here, the chemistry changes. The clouds are no longer made of pure white ammonia. We are now in the layer of ammonium hydrosulfide. The air turns a deep, rich, burnt orange. It is the color of rust, of autumn leaves, of old parchment paper. The texture of the atmosphere thickens. You can feel the density increasing. It is no longer thin air. It feels substantial. If you were to wave your hand outside, you would feel the resistance, like moving your hand through heavy smoke. This is the layer that gives Jupiter its stripes. We are inside the stripes now. We are drifting through canyons of brown fog. To your left, a wall of copper-colored cloud rises up for miles. To your right, a valley of dark amber stretches into the gloom. There is a sound here. Can you hear it? It is a low, constant thrum, a vibration that you feel in your chest more than you hear with your ears. It is the sound of the wind. Oom. It is the sound of a planet spinning. It is the heartbeat of a gas giant. It is a steady, white noise, deeper than the ocean, steadier than a fan. It is a frequency that resonates with the alpha waves of your brain, signaling your body that it is time to power down. Let that low hum wash over you. Let it vibrate through your bones, shaking loose the tension in your jaw, your neck, your lower back. We sink deeper. The orange fog gets darker. The pressure is building. On Earth, we think of pressure as something stressful. I am under so much pressure at work. But here, deep in the atmosphere of Jupiter, pressure is different. Physical pressure is a hug. It is a weighted blanket wrapped around you from all sides. It holds you together. As the atmosphere presses against our capsule, imagine it pressing against your body. It is squeezing the stress out of your muscles. It is holding you swaddled and tight. You cannot fall out of bed. You cannot fall apart. The gravity of the giant has you. The third layer, the water abyss. The orange fades into a deep, bruised indigo. We are entering the third cloud deck. This is where the water lives. Deep below the ammonia and the sulfur, there are massive clouds of water vapor. This is the rain layer. But these are not the gentle showers of Earth. These are towering thunderstorms, massive cumulonimbus structures that are 50 miles tall. But we are safe. We are drifting between them. In the distance, through the dark blue gloom, you see a flash, flicker. Then, moments later, a deep rumble. Grumbler. It is lightning, but it is lazy lightning. It moves slowly through the thick, high-pressure air. It illuminates the clouds from within, turning them into glowing lanterns for a split second before fading back into the navy blue dark. The flashes are hypnotic. They are like a slow strobe light, pulsing in the rhythm of a sleeping heart. Flash, flash. We are so deep now that the sun is gone completely. There is no day here. There is no night. There is only the eternal pressurized twilight of the deep atmosphere. And now, we approach the most magical transition of all, the supercritical ocean. On Earth, if you jump into the ocean, there is a splash. There is a distinct line where the air ends and the water begins. You are either wet or you are dry. There is a boundary. But on Jupiter, there are no boundaries. As we descend past the water clouds, the hydrogen gas around us gets denser and denser and denser. It becomes as thick as soup, then as thick as syrup, then as thick as oil. At a certain point, a point that science calls the supercritical phase, the gas ceases to be a gas and it becomes a liquid. But there is no surface. There is no splash. You never hit the water. You simply realize that at some point you are no longer flying. You are swimming. It is a transition so smooth, it is imperceptible. It is the ultimate letting go. Imagine that for your own sleep. Imagine there is no hard line between being awake and being asleep. You don't have to fall asleep. You don't have to hit a state of unconsciousness. You just gradually become heavier. Your thoughts get thicker, slower, more fluid. One moment you are thinking in words, the next moment you are thinking in images, and then you are just floating. We are now floating in a sea of liquid hydrogen. It is pitch black. The darkness is absolute. It is a velvet darkness, soft and total. It covers your eyes like a silk mask. But wait, in the darkness, something is glittering. At first, you think it might be stars. But how can there be stars this deep underground? We are thousands of miles beneath the clouds. You look closer, pressing your face against the glass of our vessel. A tiny point of light drifts past the window, then another, then 1,000. They are sparkling. They are catching the faint infrared glow of the planet's internal heat and refracting it into tiny rainbows in the dark. It is raining. But it is not raining water. It is not raining ice. It is raining diamonds. Let me explain the science of this miracle so you can visualize it in high definition. High above us, in the stormy layers we just passed, there is methane gas. Methane is made of carbon. When the massive lightning bolts strike the methane, they break the molecules apart, freeing the carbon atoms. These carbon atoms clump together, forming soot, just like the soot from a candle flame. As this soot falls, it gets heavier. It falls down into the crushing pressure of the deep atmosphere. The pressure squeezes the soot. It compresses it. It forces the atoms to rearrange themselves. First, the soot turns into graphite, the same soft gray material in your pencil. But the fall continues, down, down, into the deep. The pressure mounts until it is unbearable for anything but the strongest of materials. It squeezes the graphite. It packs the atoms tighter and tighter, locking them into a perfect crystal lattice. And in the silence of the deep, a diamond is born. Imagine it. Millions of diamonds. Some are the size of dust motes, some are the size of raindrops, some are the size of marbles, and some are diamond bergs, huge stones the size of your fist, or even a grapefruit. They are uncut, unpolished, yet perfect in their geometry. And they are falling. But because the liquid hydrogen around us is so dense, so thick, they do not fall fast, they do not crash. They drift. They flutter down like glitter in a jar of clear oil. They spiral slowly, turning over and over in the dark fluid. Twinkle, turn. Twinkle, turn. Imagine you are outside the capsule now. Don't worry, in this dream, the pressure cannot hurt you. You are made of the same stuff as the stars. You reach out your hand into the dark liquid. You feel the coolness of the fluid flowing through your fingers. And then you feel a gentle tap. A diamond lands in your palm. It is cool. It is smooth. It is heavy. You close your fingers around it. You are holding a gem that was forged in the storm, created by pressure, and is now finding its rest in the deep. This is the ultimate luxury. The universe is raining jewels, and there is no one here to collect them. There is no one to sell them, no one to put them in a ring or a crown. They are not for vanity, they are just for beauty. They exist only for themselves. There is a profound freedom in that thought. Things can be beautiful without being useful. You can be beautiful right now, lying there in the dark, doing absolutely nothing. You don't need to be useful to be valuable. You just need to exist. Watch the rain continue. It is a silent cascade of wealth, a waterfall of glitter. Drift, spin, sink. The soundscape here is muffled. The liquid hydrogen dampens all noise. It feels like being underwater in a deep pool, where the sounds of the surface world are just distant, distorted echoes. The silence is heavy. It presses against your ears, blocking out the traffic, the ticking clock, the hum of the refrigerator. All you can hear is your own breath. Inhale. Imagine drawing the diamonds into your lungs, filling yourself with light. Exhale. Imagine your breath turning into bubbles that float upward past the falling gems. Your bubbles go up, the diamonds go down. Up and down. Rise and fall. The rhythm is mesmerizing. It is the visual equivalent of a lullaby. As the diamonds fall past you, imagine they are carrying things away with them. Imagine that each diamond represents a thought, a worry, a task you have to do tomorrow, a regret from yesterday. Here comes a worry about work. It crystallizes into a diamond, and it drifts slowly down, sinking into the abyss. You watch it go. It gets smaller and smaller until it is just a tiny pinprick of light, and then it is gone. Here comes a thought about your schedule. It turns into a gem, and it falls away. Let them all fall. Let the gravity of Jupiter take them. The planet is big enough to hold them all. You don't need to carry them. Your mind is becoming empty. Empty and clear, like the diamond itself. We are drifting deeper still. The diamonds are accumulating below us. Somewhere, thousands of miles down, beneath this ocean of liquid hydrogen, the diamonds melt. The temperature eventually gets so hot that even diamond cannot survive. They melt into a sea of liquid carbon. But we will not go that deep. That is too hot, too intense. We will stay here, suspended in the Goldilocks zone of the interior. The place where it is cool enough to be comfortable, thick enough to float, and dark enough to sleep. You are floating in a suspension of liquid starlight. Your body feels heavy, mirroring the density of the world around you. Your arms feel like they are made of lead. Your legs feel like they are sinking into the mattress. Your head is tipped back, resting on the pillow, watching the show on the back of your eyelids. The glittering is slowing down now. The rain is becoming gentler. The visual is fading. The bright sparks of the diamonds are becoming softer, blurrier. They are turning into soft pulses of light. Pulse. Pulse. You are safe in the belly of the king. You are protected by layers of cloud, layers of storm, layers of ocean. Nothing can reach you here. You are insulated by 40,000 miles of atmosphere. Take a moment to simply exist in this liquid silence. Feel the buoyancy. You are not holding yourself up. The fluid is holding you. Trust the fluid. Trust the bed. Trust the night. We have one final leg of our journey. We have seen the face of the planet, the storms, the moons, and the rain. But there is one thing left. The heart. The magnetic soul of the giant. The light of the diamonds is fading into the deep, warm dark. We are deep. We are deeper than any ocean on Earth. We are deeper than the roots of mountains. We are drifting in a place that has been hidden from the eyes of humanity since the dawn of time. In the previous leg of our voyage, we floated through the diamond rain. We watched those glittering stones spiral down into the dark, lost to the crushing depths. Now, we are following them. We are sinking past the layer of liquid rain, descending into the true heart of the giant. The environment around us is changing once more. The fluid outside our capsule, that thick, soup-like hydrogen, is undergoing a transformation that defies earthly logic. On Earth, hydrogen is a gas. It is light, airy, and invisible. But here, crushed under millions of atmospheres of pressure, the hydrogen is forced to reveal its secret identity. It is being squeezed so tightly that the atoms themselves are stripped bare. The electrons are squeezed out of their orbits. They are set free to roam. The fluid is no longer just a liquid. It has become a metal. Welcome to the ocean of metallic hydrogen. It is the rarest substance on Earth, created only for split seconds in the most advanced laboratories. But here it is the most common thing in the world. It makes up the bulk of Jupiter. You are floating in a sea of liquid metal that is 25,000 miles deep. Visualizing this is a challenge for the waking mind, but for the dreaming mind, it is a playground. Imagine an ocean of mercury, heavy, silver, reflective. Now, imagine it is not cold, but warm. Imagine it is pitch black, yet it shimmers with an invisible energy. This is not a silent ocean. It is an electric one. Because the fluid is metallic, it conducts electricity. Massive currents of energy, billions of amps, are flowing through this liquid metal. They are swirling, they are churning, they are creating the dynamo that powers the entire planetary system. You are floating inside a giant battery. But do not be afraid of the power. It is not chaotic lightning. It is a steady, rhythmic flow. It is the lifeblood of the planet. As we drift through this silver abyss, feel the heaviness of the liquid. It is dense. It supports you completely. If you were to try to sink, the liquid would push you back up. It cradles you. Float, rock, flow. There is a sound here. It is different from the wind we heard in the clouds. It is different from the thunder. NASA's probes, Voyager, Galileo, Juno, have all listened to Jupiter. They have recorded the electromagnetic waves emanating from this deep ocean and converted them into sound so human ears can hear them. They call it the chorus. It sounds like a choir of birds chirping in a cathedral. It sounds like whales singing to each other across 1,000 miles of ocean. It sounds like the wind whistling through icy wires on a winter morning. E-oo-wee, hoo-oo. It is a spooky, beautiful, ancient song. It is the song of the magnetic field. Jupiter has the strongest magnetic field of any planet. It is a beast. If you could see it from Earth, if it glowed in the sky, it would be larger than the full moon. It stretches out millions of miles into space, a giant, invisible bubble that pushes back the solar wind, protecting the moons, protecting the planet, protecting you. Imagine that magnetic field right now. Visualize it not as scientific lines on a chart, but as a series of giant, glowing blue threads. They erupt from the south pole of the planet, which is up in magnetic terms. They arc out into space, creating a massive cage of energy, and then they dive back down into the North Pole. You are wrapped in these lines. Think of them as the threads of a cosmic blanket, a blanket woven from gravity and magnetism. It is heavy, it is warm, it is impenetrable. Nothing can hurt you inside this field. The radiation of space is deflected. The asteroids are caught. The noise of the universe is filtered out. You are inside the bunker of the king. Let's ride one of these magnetic field lines. We are going to leave the crushing depths of the metallic ocean. We are going to let the magnetic current catch us, like a leaf caught in an updraft. We are going to rise, up, up, up. We shoot up through the liquid metal layers. We burst through the diamond rain. We glide through the heavy orange clouds. We pierce the white ammonia mist. And suddenly, we are back in space. But we are not at the equator where we started. The magnetic line has carried us to the very top of the world. We are hovering directly over the North Pole of Jupiter. And here, we see the crown, the Aurora Jovialis. On Earth, the northern lights are beautiful, wisps of green and pink dancing in the sky. But on Jupiter, the auroras are a violent, majestic storm of light that never ends. They are hundreds of times more powerful than anything on Earth. And they are not green. They are electric blue. They are ultraviolet. They are deep, royal purple. Look down at the pole. You see a massive, glowing ring of blue fire. It is swirling around the pole, crackling with energy. It looks like a halo. It looks like a portal to another dimension. Inside the main ring, there are swirls and eddies of light. They look like glowing lava lamps in the dark. They are caused by the volcanic dust from Io, remember the volcanoes we saw earlier, crashing into the atmosphere and igniting the sky. It is a connection. The moon feeds the planet. The planet holds the moon. Everything is connected. Watch the lights dance. They pulse. They breathe. Expand. A flare of bright violet. Contract. A fade to deep indigo. Expand. Contract. The rhythm matches your breathing. The planet is breathing with you. We are going to pull back now. We have seen it all. We have traveled across the asteroid belt, gazed at the striped face, dived into the great red spot, danced with the moons, sunk into the metallic ocean, and risen to see the crown of lights. The tour is complete. Our capsule begins to drift backward, away from the pole, away from the giant. The glowing blue ring of the aurora gets smaller. The massive striped ball of the planet begins to shrink. We are drifting back into the velvet silence of deep space. As Jupiter recedes, it becomes a sphere again, a beautiful, peaceful marble hanging in the black. It looks so calm from here. You would never know that storms are raging, that diamonds are falling, that oceans of metal are churning inside. From a distance, it is just silent. And that is the truth of you, too. Inside, you may have thoughts churning. You may have emotions flowing like liquid metal. You may have worries flashing like lightning. But if you pull back, if you zoom out, you are whole. You are complete. You are peaceful. The storm is just a small part of the planet. The noise is just a small part of the mind. The silence is the container that holds it all. Now, as the planet fades into a simple bright star in the distance, I want you to focus entirely on your own vessel, your body. We're going to engage the final sequence, a deep, guided relaxation to shut down the engines of your mind and let you drift into the void of sleep. You are no longer in a spaceship. You are in your bed, but you are still floating. Let's scan your body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, turning off the lights in every room of your house, one by one. The feet. Bring your attention to your feet, both of them. Wiggle your toes gently, just once, and then let them fall still. Imagine that your feet are made of lead. They are heavy. They are sinking into the mattress. Imagine the gravity of Jupiter pulling on your soles, a gentle magnetic tug. Any tension in your arches, your ankles, your toes. Visualize it turning into gray smoke and drifting out of your skin, dissolving into the air. Your feet are asleep. The legs. Move your awareness up to your calves, your shins, your knees, your thighs. These are the big muscles that carry you through the day. They have walked, they have stood, they have supported you. Thank them, and then tell them to release. Feel the large thigh muscles unclench. Imagine they are turning into that soft, white ammonia cloud, fluffy, weightless, expanding. Your legs are no longer solid bone and muscle. They are just warm, heavy clouds resting on the sheet. They are sinking deeper, deeper. Your legs are asleep. The hips and stomach. Drift up to your hips, the center of your gravity. Let your hips settle into the bed. Feel the contact point between your body and the mattress. Feel it spread out. There is no need to hold yourself up. The bed has got you. Move to your stomach. Is there a knot there? A tightness? Imagine a ball of warm, golden light, like the color of Io, sitting in your solar plexus. This light is warm. It is soothing. It gently melts away any ice in your stomach. As you breathe in, the light expands. As you breathe out, the light softens. Your stomach is soft. Your lower back is loose. Your hips are asleep. The hands and arms. Bring your mind to your hands. They are resting by your sides or on your chest. Uncurl your fingers. Let the palms be open and soft. These hands have done so much today. They have typed, they have cooked, they have held, they have carried. Now, they are empty. They are holding nothing but the stillness. Let a wave of relaxation travel up your wrists, into your forearms, past your elbows, into your biceps. Your arms feel incredibly heavy, so heavy that you couldn't lift them if you tried, and you don't want to try. They are anchored to the bed. Your arms are asleep. The shoulders and chest. This is where we carry the weight of the world. Focus on your shoulders. Are they pulled up towards your ears? On your next exhale, drop them. Drop them down. Drop them further. Imagine someone is gently pressing them down into the mattress, smoothing out the tension. Focus on your chest. Watch the rise and fall, the rhythm of the tides. Don't try to control it, just watch it. Rise, fall. Rise, fall. Each breath is a wave washing up on the shore of an island where it is always night. Your chest is open. Your heart is slow. Your shoulders are asleep. The neck and jaw. Move up to your neck, the bridge between the body and the mind. Let your throat soften. Swallow once and then let the throat relax. Focus on your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a tiny space between your upper and lower teeth. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Let it rest in the bottom of your mouth, heavy and soft. So much tension lives in the jaw. Let it melt like ice in warm water. Your cheeks are smooth. Your lips are soft. Your jaw is asleep. The eyes and forehead. Finally, bring your attention to your eyes. They are closed, but are they resting? Imagine two cool, smooth stones placed gently over your eyelids. Let your eyes sink back into their sockets. Let them turn away from the outside world. Let them look inward, into the velvety dark. Smooth out your forehead. Wipe away the frown lines. Wipe away the worry lines. Imagine a cool hand brushing across your forehead, soothing you, calming you. Your scalp tingles with relaxation. Your ears relax, tuning out the sounds of the room, listening only to the silence. Your head is asleep. The drift. Your entire body is now heavy, warm, and glowing with a soft light. You are floating in the capsule of your bed. Outside, the stars are drifting past. We are going to count down now. We are counting down from 10 to 0. With each number, you will drift further away from the waking world. With each number, you will sink deeper into the metallic ocean of sleep. 10. You are safe. You are warm. The journey is over. The destination is here. 9. Letting go of the day, letting go of the past, letting go of the future. There is only now. 8. Feeling the magnetic pull of sleep. It is a gentle gravity. It pulls you down, down into the soft dark. 7. Your breathing is so slow, so quiet, like the wind on a distant world. 6. The colors of the aurora are fading. The blue light turns to a soft, comforting gray. 5. Halfway down. You are hovering on the edge of a dream. 4. The silence is total. No sound, no thought, just peace. 3. Deeper and deeper, sinking through the clouds. 2. Almost there. The stars are gone. The light is gone. 1. You are just a point of consciousness floating in the void. 0. Sleep. Good night.